New Typeface. Why does that matter? Facebook Messenger for Business just got a whole lot better, but also costly. And on Facebook, soon you're going to be able to dub your videos into a different language. All that and more after this. Good morning. Welcome to the Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news for small business. My name is Amanda Webb, and this week's show is a little bit different because I am not live. I am pre-recording this because I can't rely on the internet upload speed to facilitate the live show. So there you go. I'm also in Belfast, and I'm trying desperately to show you I'm in Belfast. I don't know. The fog has come in, but I had this lovely shot lined up where you could see the famous cranes. You can just about see it just there. The famous cranes in the background, so you'd know where I was, but it got foggy. But believe me, that is Belfast behind me. It really is. So thank you for watching. Even though I'm not live, I am going to be watching this live, so I'm going to look at your comments. I'm going to be responding to your comments. So do let me know what is in your mug today. Shockingly, I'm staying with someone and they don't have any milk, so I haven't had caffeine at all this morning. Feel sorry for me. Feel sorry for me, but tell me what's in your mug and we'll move on to the news.
Hey, I'm Christine Gritman and you are watching The Digital Coffee with social media superstar Amanda Webb.
Part of your brand is the typefaces that you use. And if you use those typefaces regularly, people will start to associate those typefaces with you. Every time they see it, they'll start realizing that, yes, that is part of who you are. But the problem with that, of course, is typefaces can be used by anyone. So, your competition, someone else in your industry could use exactly the same typefaces, and people might not know the difference. If you're Instagram, you're going to solve that problem by creating your own typeface. And that's exactly what they have done. Launched this week, Instagram Sans is available for you to use in stories and on Reels. And as you can see, it's a very distinctive font. Nobody would confuse that with anything else. It is quite beautiful. They say it is harking back into the history of Instagram, as if Instagram's 100 years old or something, but it's based on the original type mark, I think they call it, which is a text-only logo. So the original way Instagram was written when it was launched. It's quite clever because whenever this font is used, or typeface, there is a difference apparently. Whenever this typeface is used, it's going to be very obviously Instagram. So if you're creating content on Instagram Reels, and you're repurposing it to other channels, either to make videos that maybe you're posting on the likes of LinkedIn, I see that happening, or if you're repurposing it into TikTok, this typeface is going to stand out and be 100% Instagram. It is an integral part of their brand now. Wouldn't it be nice if we could all design our own typeface? Now, I don't have this option yet, so let me know if you do and how you plan to use it, or if you plan to use it at all, or maybe you think it's ugly. I think it's kind of pretty.
Hi, I'm Lee from Wellshot, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Cheers.
Subscriptions are definitely on trend for 2022, and I'm not talking about Netflix or Disney Plus, although I am kind of. No, I'm talking about subscriptions to your favorite creators on social platforms, the sort of thing that used to be what we did on Patreon, but now it has spread to the social media platforms. Now, we've already been able to subscribe to YouTube to particular subscribers, but now you can super follow people on Twitter, which means you get exclusive content from people. I think Instagram has some sort of option now. And now it's TikTok's turn. TikTok are beginning to roll out their subscription service for live stream creators. Now, they're giving it to a few select people up front, and if you subscribe to these people, you get a little badge on your profile that shows that you're a subscriber. you'll get a thing, I think they're calling emotes, which are basically emojis or reactions like you'd have on Facebook, customized ones of those designed by the creators that you subscribe to. And there'll also be subscriber only chats. And that's just the beginning of what you're going to get as an offering from these creators. Two things. One, it's really interesting that they're doing this with live, isn't it? Because we think of TikTok as a short video platform, and recently they've really gone in on their live platform, and I guess that's because it keeps more people there. Secondly, I'm just not sure about this whole subscription model at all, because, long story, but I listen to a podcast. I'm a very big fan of Mark Kermode and Simon Mayo's film review show. It used to be on the BBC, but they've recently moved onto a different platform. And they have the main show, and then if I want the extra bits, I have to subscribe. And there's two of us in the household that listen, but we often, we'd listen on different devices at different times. So two of us would need to subscribe separately to get that extra. It's $3.99 a month. That means it's €8 for the two of us to subscribe a month for one show, on top of our Netflix and Spotify and Disney Plus and Apple TV and all those other services that we subscribe to. So I wonder, is there actually room for more subscribers, more subscription services, even at a low cost like $3.99? Even for my favorite podcasts, I'm not sure I want to spend the money. So I'm wondering, is there a future for this when so many more people are looking at their subscription bills and cutting back on the stuff they subscribe to? So let me know, would you subscribe to a creator? How much would you be willing to spend on subscriptions to creators over a period of time? I could, of course, be completely wrong. And if I am completely wrong, you've got the opportunity to join myself and Making Sang at 10:30 a.m. over on Twitter to discuss these topics in more detail. So please do join us. You'll see a pinned tweet at the top of the screen.
I'm Ian Anderson-Gray and you're watching Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
On Facebook, first there were chatbots, and then they decided people were getting too many messages from chatbots. So they restricted what messages business could send via the chatbots. They had these things where you could opt in for certain messages, which, we did for my show for a little while. Then they took that away and they said it would be coming back. They were working on it. So a version of that has come back. And I'm sure some of those other things are still available, but a version of that has come back. It's actually kind of cool. It's called recurring messages. And what this is you can ask people to subscribe to specific types of messages from your business or brand. Very e-commercey, so it could be that they want to be notified about sales that you have or promotions or when new stock comes in or that sort of thing. And they choose not just the type of notifications they want to get, press the wrong button, not just the type of notifications they want to get, but also the frequency. So do they want them daily, weekly, or monthly? And after a period of time, I think possibly a year, they're going to get a reminder that they're opted in and asked do they want to continue to opt in. Now this all sounds good because you will be sending messages to exactly the people that want to get them and exactly the sort of messages they have chosen to get. So it's very personalized. It means that you're probably going to be able to sell a lot more or get people to take action from these messages. I think it's great. But there's a downside because this is going to be a paid service. You're going to need to pay to use this particular service from Messenger, which could be totally worth it, particularly for retail businesses. If you're an e-commerce business, I think it'll be totally worth it. And I think this serves a couple of purposes. Firstly, you're going to be able to make sure that not so many people are getting so many messages. When it was free, everyone could send messages. Maybe people's inboxes were filling up too much, so it filters out people. And I've forgotten the second one already. You wouldn't know that this wasn't live, would you? Because I always record these as if they are live. I'll come back to that second one when we are on the extra shot over on Twitter after this show. I'm annoyed with myself now, but I do notice you can almost see the crane in the background, so I am almost proving I really am in Belfast.
Hey, it's Andy at Content Cal here, and you're watching A Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Thanks to Netflix and other streaming services, we are well used to reading subtitles now. When subtitled movies and TV shows used to be a thing that people would not watch at all, I think we kind of accept them now, don't we? And on social media, most people watch videos with the subtitles on and the sound off, so it has become a thing. But could something else becoming a thing? Dubbing. Because Facebook is working on its video upload tool at the moment, and one option within its video upload tool is auto dubbing into a different language, which is interesting, isn't it? I think, that's really cool. It will help us reach a whole bunch of people who maybe don't speak English or whatever our first language is. If we don't speak those languages and can't provide content in those languages, it will be nice that actually my voice will be dubbed into Spanish, maybe, and people in Spain will be able to watch this show in the native language. But I do have my concerns, because we know how bad subtitling can be, right? It completely sometimes mashes my words up and you would have no idea what I was saying at all. So how bad would the dubbing be? And we know how bad translations are, right? So how bad might that dubbing be? And is it going to be some horrible automated voice? Until we hear it, we're not going to know how cool it is. But it's definitely not going to be as good, initially at least, as somebody real reading the words out. But secondly, this does have an accessibility angle. Initially, I was like, why would we do away with subtitles? Because accessibility is important. But then I started thinking subtitles are for people who can't hear from an accessibility point of view, who are hard of hearing. What about people who can't see well and speak a different language to the originator of the post? This is going to make that content very accessible to them. So I'm interested to see what the dubbing is like, and you can be sure the next video I upload to Facebook, I am going to try this option.
Hi, I'm Kyra Fingleton from Glamping Under the Stars, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
We all know how complicated it can be to get documents from the government, even copies of documents that we already have. There may be phone calls, there may be long forms to fill out, there's a long wait. That wait where you're just waiting and you don't know what's happening with it. Well, there could be a solution to this. That's something that they're working on in India in association with WhatsApp. So let's get this right. The Indian government, in association with WhatsApp, are going to give users access to their government documents. They'll just text the number to WhatsApp and ask, and they'll get a copy of their documents. Just like that fast. The documents include a PAN card, PAN card, which I think is some sort of ID card from the research that I've done, and also your driving license. There are a shocking 787 million WhatsApp users in India, and WhatsApp has always been huge in India. It was like popular there way before anyone was really using it here. So it is an app that is widely used. So it seems like a really good solution. But it does make me wonder, would we trust the government and WhatsApp? Do we trust Meta enough that we would want to get our documents delivered? I could see if this happened here, people would be up in arms, and it just shows you a different in perception from region to region, from country to country about specific apps. Would you trust WhatsApp to deliver a copy of your driving license? Would you feel comfortable with that whole thing?
Hi, I'm Charlie Lawrence and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
One common objection that we hear about LinkedIn, particularly from women like myself, is that you get a lot of harassment there. You get a lot of people like sending you weird, hello, lovely lady messages. I mean, it's prevalent across all social media in fairness, but it's somewhere you would kind of hope that didn't happen, because it's a professional network, right? If it's not okay to harass people in the workplace, it shouldn't be okay to harass people on LinkedIn. And weirdly, people are using InMail for this. I got an InMail the other day with it was a hello lovely lady message of some sort. Somebody actually paid to send me that message, of which I blocked and reported and blocked a person. I mean, it's just a little bit weird, and it's not great for LinkedIn's brand. You'd think it would be kind of obvious what you can and can't do. You would think it was kind of obvious that it's not okay to kind of send those sort of messages. And that's just like barely anything. I know people get a lot more harassing messages on LinkedIn, but it seems it's not. So LinkedIn have relaunched their professional community policies. They've rebooted it to make it a lot easier for people to see what is appropriate and what isn't on LinkedIn. And here's a quick list of some of the things that you can't do. Don't post harassing content, including doxing, which means when you reveal somebody's address, and bullying. Don't threaten, incite, or promote violence. Don't depict content exploiting children. I'm looking because you've all seen that content, right? Don't sell illegal stuff. Don't promote dangerous organisations or individuals. Don't share fake news. Don't set up a fake profile. Don't scam people. That's bad, apparently. You need to be told. Don't be hateful. Don't engage in sexual innuendos or unwanted advances, which is what those hello lovely lady messages are, by the way. Don't share harmful or shocking material, and don't spam people. Like I said, it seems like it should be obvious that you shouldn't do those things, but apparently it's not. If you are doing any of those activities, please desist immediately.
Hello, this is Rob Charles, the voice of Mike on Forever FM on Peter Kay's Car Share. BAFTA award winning, I've got to say, but I've not seen the BAFTA yet. Anyway, you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Enjoy. I'm on tea. Shh.
Reposting on Instagram is a legal nightmare. Did you know that you are not supposed to do that? I know there are apps like Regram and Repost that will let you do this, will let you drag down an image from Instagram and repost it, even if you're crediting the creator. That is a breach of copyright. You need to get written permission in order to do that from the original creator. Yes, I know loads of people do it, but that doesn't mean you should. You could be the person that ends up getting sued. But part of the reason that that's there is because there isn't an inbuilt regram button, right? There should be, but there isn't. And it seems like after all these years that Instagram is actually working on one. Yes, found by reverse hacker Alessandra Paluzzi, it seems that a regram option might be something that comes in the future. Yes, I know you can already share to stories, but this would mean sharing to the feed. Is this a good thing? Will Instagram just fill up with regrammed images? But it could get you more exposure. It could get you more followers if people start to regram. Me, I think it's about time. What about you? Come and tell me at 10:30 a.m. because even though I'm not broadcasting this live and it seems really weird not seeing all your comments coming up, I miss you. Also, I'm crouched down on the ground in a really uncomfortable position. My leg is really hurting. My back is a little bit sore. Just so that you can see it now. You see that yellow crane in the background? That is famous. That is famously Belfast. So this is really gloss, just to prove I am actually here. But at 10:30 a.m, I am going to be sitting next to May King Sang, my amazing and wonderful co-host for the Digital Coffee Extra Shot, the Twitter space that starts at 10:30 a.m. If you head over to my Twitter account, which is @spiderworking, you will see a tweet pinned to the top of my profile. If you're on desktop, you can click in and listen. If you're on mobile, you can click in and participate. Ask to be a speaker. Tell me that you agree or disagree with what I'm saying. I really hope to see you there because I've missed seeing all your lovely comments today. So hopefully I'll see you at 10:30 a.m. If not, I will be back. Same bat time, same bat place next week. Well, not the same bat place, is it, Amanda? Because I'll be back in my office. Until then, bye-bye.